Hi there. At the time of making this video, Halloween is coming up, and I thought I would talk about a film that's appeared on Amazon Prime. I had no prior knowledge of it till it appeared on my home screen. That a lot of people might enjoy watching. It's called My Best Friend's Exorcism. It's based on a book I have not read or had no prior knowledge of, so I can't say it's not like the book. But I enjoyed it. First of all, this isn't a fabulous film. It has got problems and missteps in it, but it's good sort of Friday night entertainment, let's say. It's set in the 80s, comes in at only 90 minutes long, which is great, so it doesn't outstay its welcome. And it's got a fantastic soundtrack. Main things that stand out, you can get sit there and listen to this nice nostalgic soundtrack. And it follows two girls who are best friends, as you might guess. They have a sleepover in a cabin in the woods one night. They go exploring in the woods and find a supposedly haunted shack. Something happens to one of the girls where she gets possessed, and then her best friend tries to do all the right things to help her out. At first she thinks she's got issues with child abuse, so she does the right thing and tells adults and they will dismiss her, and she just gets in trouble. But then things start getting weird, bad things start happening to her friend group and people. The reason for this is explained throughout the story very well, and I like the change you see in the possessed friend. As you know, one minute she's all normal and so peppy, and then the next minute she is showing clear signs of being possessed. And what's good is that the story works where the demon tries to separate the girls from each other, so there's no support, so then the person being possessed will eventually give in their whole self to the demon, and that's a nice touch as well. I think it adds another sort of emotional level to it. It's got good special effects. The worst effect I would probably say in it, the worst two, are two real CGI heavy ones where there's a thing comes out of someone's mouth, is all I'll say. Doesn't look very realistic. I'd rather they just had a cut away than cut back to a sort of prosthetic or something. And the other one was at the very end when a demon appears. I won't say how or why, but a demon appears, and they should have just not had that, or they'd have been better off just finding a suit or something from a prop house and using that instead. But what they do with this demon, it jars against the rest of the film and it doesn't quite look right. I think it's really well acted by the two lead girls, who you will recognise from other things. There are missteps in it which are very jarring in tone, in that they have a guy who is a sort of he does shows around schools as part of a troupe with his brothers where they're doing fitness for Christ kind of things. Think of the Righteous Gemstones and what the one brother in Adam Devine's brother does in that, where he's working out and saying, I can lift this because of the power of Christ and that. But he's also into exorcisms and, you know, demons, and he tries to perform an exorcism on this girl, and it's just the comedy aspects of that just really jar. And I think that could have been either better acted or better played, let's say directed. But otherwise, it's a good film. It never dragged, and I think other than that bit I just mentioned and the demon at the end, which I think they could have just not had, to be fair, it's worth a watch. So it's available for free on Amazon Prime, and let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching.